This is the Astrology Show podcast with Jessica Adams.
Thanks, Shane. Happy New Year. This is your astrology and tarot for the week starting December 30. I also have your year ahead 2025 predictions. Your Lenormand card for the year ahead is to be interpreted by you. Switch on your psychic power and see what comes. The Lenormand cards were used by Chanel. As the year goes on, you can see how right you were about your prediction for 2025, your personal interpretation of your card. Aries, dog. Taurus, clover. Gemini, mice. Cancer, scythe. Leo, bear. Virgo, gentleman. Libra, book. Scorpio, key. Sagittarius, letter. Capricorn, heart. Aquarius, house. And Pisces, tree. And this is my prediction for you this year. Aries, a neighbouring town, county or country offers you more than you dreamed of by June. You will renovate, redecorate or relocate in the second half of 2025 with great results by 2026. A powerful friend will help you see life-changing results with a group or circle, and together this people power will change things for you and everybody else. Just be aware of the potential for power differences between friends and avoid it. Taurus, you will make or save money at record levels if you take every opportunity and solution by mid-2025. The second half of the year brings you what you want from the internet or the media as well. Your career, your unpaid work or academic career will transform as 2025 begins. In fact, as you listen to this, decisions in the air since November with reshuffles will be starting to come to pass with a final result by February when you really start the year. Gemini, you will relaunch your appearance in 2 stages in 2025 with a terrific opportunity or solution by your birthday and a radical change with your image in the second half of next year. Foreigners and foreign countries are your passport to power and control if you take who or what is on offer. In fact, you are already seeing results with a trip, relocation, tourist, migrant, export plan, and so on. If there is anything about your appearance or your title or reputation that you want to fix, it's easy now. Cancer. Being alone will help you turn your life around this year, thanks to hypnosis, religion, psychics, Buddhism, tarot, spirituality, meditation, or something else that you do alone with your own soul or spirit. You will get a new look in the second half of 2025 with stunning results by the first half of 2026 if you take that chance. Yet a relaunch plan for your title, appearance, brand or image may reverse at the start of 25 or be in rehearsal mode until April, with the best outcomes not possible until you pass June, but it's worth waiting for. Leo. Terrific new friends who are part of a circle, club, team, society or association open up your life by your birthday, and later in 2025 you will see a revolution in your social media. As one half of a couple, a pair, a partnership or a duet of any kind, you will also find power. With Pluto in your zone of duels as well as duets though, choose your battles in 25 and do not engage with a love rival, for example, or a professional opponent unless you have to. Virgo. Opportunities for success not possible in 12 years continue in 25 with a promotion, award, big hit, new job, or huge leap in status by June. You will radically change your role, goal, mission and ambition in the second half of the year and be free at last. Pluto in Aquarius is also telling you that your physical and mental health must be your number one priority, and a plan that needs self-control and willpower is the right plan for you. Libra. Foreigners and foreign countries offer you a rare opportunity to have more, do more, and benefit more by the middle of 2025. By 2026, you may have emigrated, learned a language, entered the export market, or welcomed someone from another culture or nationality fully into your life. It will be liberating for you, Libra. Meanwhile, the world of courtship, the bedroom, babies, children, and a younger generation is where the power is now, but you must also use all your willpower to reach agreement by February. Scorpio. You will gain from joint finance or shared property, valuables, or assets in 2025, and after July, find that you can be fully independent by 2026. The biggest changes in years with your extended family circle will continue this year as you learn how to take control. There is already a change in the balance of power in the family circle or the household which you know about, and there will be a major decision by February. Joint finance or property sees a July revolution. Sagittarius. As you know from 2024, when you seize the day with a partner of any description, be it love, work, or purely platonic partnership, you win. There will be more of this or new opportunities with this person or another half of a pair with you in 2025, and the biggest and best is on offer then. From July, the most radical change with partnerships in years begins, and independence is the magic word for you or him, or you or her. A sibling or a cousin will teach you about power this year, Sagittarius. How to share the power is the key. Capricorn. Long overdue answers for your health, mental health and well-being continue in 2025 with a sign-off decision in June or July. You will make radical choices about your job, housework, parenting, or your course, maybe your unpaid work, which set you free and make you so much more independent by the middle of 2025. Pluto in your sector of money and property is already showing you what power means, and sharing that power is the key. An impartial advisor could be useful as you have a major decision by February. Aquarius. A total transformation in your appearance will be possible in 2025 once you realise that willpower is the answer. This may be weight loss, for example, contact lenses, or even a new uniform. This is also the most important year in decades for close relationships. A revolution in courtship or the bedroom begins in the second half of 2025 and will set you free. Babies, children, and a younger generation will see Independence Day by 2026. Pisces. You will gain effortlessly from renovations, redecoration, home improvement, real estate, or even relocation in 2025, and see radical changes with the extended family circle or your household from the middle of 2025, with a revolution ongoing by 2026. This will liberate you, and it's long overdue. You also have Pluto in Aquarius this year. Powerful change is already underway with religion, therapy, tarot, Buddhism, psychics, meditation, dreams, hypnosis, and time alone. This is going to transform everything about your inner life in 2025. Now, back to this week. If you have Pisces factors in your birth chart, Venus enters Pisces this week, and you are at the very first step of major changes this year, with everything from oracles to mediums to self-help and all the inner life of your soul, spirit, or psyche, and it will keep rolling twice as fast from the month of May. Famous birthdays this week include Martin Plaza, who is 69 on January 1. Shirley Strawn would have been 73 on January 2. Sir George Martin would have been 99 on January 3. Michael Stipe is 65 on January 4. Bernard Sumner is 69 the same day. Doc Neeson would have been 78 also on the same day. And Chris Stein is 75 on January 5. Happy birthday if it's your birthday. Money is power for you this year if you have the willpower to save it or make it. Self-control will give you control. Babies born this week will be in a new home after May 2025 or a new look home. And now your astrology for the week ahead. Aries. Your ambition, mission and position depends on accepting a basic truth. You can't have the same complicated, highly political old commitments. So now there is a new moon in Capricorn and lots of Aries people, perhaps you, will get new projects, new jobs, promotions, take redundancy, resign, retire, or see reshuffles in the workplace or in your industry. This means that there is no more politics. And there is more to this than meets the eye because it's the end of power issues that followed you around last year. You could also find a new voluntary role or new unpaid position, and again, it's politics free. That was then, this is now, and 2025 is about understanding that you can work through your profession, industry, academic field, or unpaid roles without having to constantly use self-control. Now, as you go into this new year, this new moon on December 30 will show you really clearly who or what has gone from the scene. And maybe you already know, but that's the key. Taurus, are you looking at career, academic or unpaid work changes? If so, you are in tune with your horoscope, but any person, situation or organisation which is taking over or trying to take over should be nipped in the bud. Do not sign any agreements with people or organisations or with situations which you can see might push the scales. You have Pluto in Aquarius now, so you have to watch the control and the power that is redistributed or shared by February. Reshuffles all around are pretty common though. Now, you may have stepped down last year or taken a totally different job. A great many Taurians did, or you are about to make epic decisions about 2025. How the power is being used and the control is being shared or not is a big question this week. If you have anything in Capricorn in your birth chart, then the new moon in Capricorn on December 30 shows the new start for yourself or others, which will change the game of musical chairs in the workplace, at university, with your unpaid work, or even in your wider profession. Make sure that when the music stops in this game of musical chairs, you find the right chair. Gemini. This week is all about Mercury retrograde finally ending on January 3 in your zone of duets and duels. So this may be marriage or work partnership or ongoing rivalry in a love triangle. The communication has not been there, nothing has been conclusive or final, but now Mercury is moving forward, so there will be a discussion, a signature or news, which means that you can tie this up in a bow and leave it where it began, which is last year. This week is also very much about the end of a stuck cycle on January 11 with the bedroom, courtship, the world of children, babies, or a younger generation. That repetition or circuit was there last year, but from January 11, it stops. You are off the stuck record. Not long to go now. The other major change now is the new moon in your finance, property, business and charity zone, coming right into land as you start the new year. For the first time in many, many years, you are going to be able to look at the numbers or the agreements that are in place financially or with the house or apartment and no longer feel that it's always about a chess game. That chess game had very high stakes, but it's well and truly behind you. Cancer. Communication, information, transportation and negotiation are about to flow smoothly again following weeks of Mercury retrograde. Until January 3, though, there may be one final complication or U-turn affecting your work or your well-being. Mercury retrograde is on the way out, though, and taking over from that is a really important story with friends and groups. Social media may be, or a team, club, union, society, band, and so on. Freedom has come your way with these people or with others you would call allies or your network so often over the last few years, but freedom is about to come again. Now, this may be bigger freedom of choice than you thought, with them or even without them, because you have to be independent, and you will be in 2025. Your partnership of any kind, personal or work, is also now free of power and control questions. The new moon in Capricorn is a new beginning without the politics with this man or woman. And this also applies to any battle, feud or conflict. Not only is it history, this is a very, very new year when it will no longer be necessary for you to use your self-control all the time when dealing with the other half or the other side. Leo, you will become one half of a power couple this year, if you are not already there, with a decision about this man or woman made by February. We could also say it's not about romance at all. It could be any kind of double act. Marks and Spencer, French and Saunders, Bonnie and Clyde. Basically, it's about the power of two, however that works for you. But the key to what you want is self-control and willpower, and you're going to have to lean on that this week. Pluto is also in your zone of battles, contests, duels, and rivalries. If you made the mistake of taking on the wrong person or organisation last year, it is not too late to go and talk to an impartial person or organisation about what to do. But if you are thinking of taking someone or something on, perhaps in a love triangle, then be very careful, Leo. Nothing major will happen until the new moon in Aquarius, which is January 29, but that new beginning is really important. Both for perhaps the other side, if there is an issue there, but certainly with your other half in work or love. Around January 29, you could move in together, get engaged, sign a contract together, agree on having a baby, and so on. The other major change this week is your physical and mental health, from your doctor to the kitchen and the bathroom to your state of mind. You are about to begin a brand new year, and it will feel so very, very new. Virgo. What's up next? Well, an overdue, liberating, exhilarating change affecting your travel, your dealings with foreign people, your education, publishing, and your life on the internet. Now, this could be anything from export to even emigration for some Virgo people. On the smallest level, it's about understanding a different nationality or language. This is a declaration of independence by you or around you, and independence is the key word with this in 2025, evident this week. The other factor that is going on now is a very new year for you with courtship, the bedroom, your children, the world of babies, infants, teenagers, or just a younger generation. This is the first time in many years that you have been able to go into a new year without major questions about who or what has the upper hand or who or what is in charge of you. This may be about your son. It may be about, for example, dating somebody who has children from another relationship. Maybe you're a teacher. However it's affecting you, though, when you see the new moon overhead, understand this is a new beginning and there will be no more politics the way that you saw it in previous years. Libra. You will be amazed at how quickly a situation affecting your relationship with the next generation or a romantic partnership will turn around in January and February. That younger generation or a close relationship which brings younger people closer, perhaps through pregnancy or a blended family, suggests that a big change is long overdue. Now a decision is very close, with light shed on the details from the first week until the final week of January. The new moon in Aquarius, as you go into 2025, is going to bring a very big new beginning for you, perhaps as a parent or maybe as somebody on the dating scene. You may be very single, but somehow this Aquarius weather with Pluto there has to affect you, so it may be your godson. There will be a deal or compromise with close relationships or the world of younger people as you go into 2025, and you can see why this week. It's going to have to be 50-50 in terms of timeshare perhaps, or just who has the upper hand. The other major change for you as you go into this new year is the end of a repetitive situation with your other half or the other side, as the South Node goes out of Libra, your own sign, and from January 11, you realise that that stuck record with this person is off the turntable. Scorpio. January will help you make up for lost time with a matter affecting the way that you are heard or read. Your communication HQ is now free of politics and questions about your self-control. This may have been with Google, or it may have been with the legacy media. You'll notice it most on the new moon in Capricorn, and 2025, in terms of the internet for you, will feel politics-free. At the moment, you are also looking at major changes for yourself going on with so many new cycles beginning in 2025 with the family, the extended family, or the shared household. Perhaps if it's just the two of you, the other person with the lease or mortgage. Now, you've known for months that the balance of power was changing at home or with the family. There is a major decision ahead by February, which you'll be thinking about this week, which will sort out how you and he, you and she, or you and they are going to manage the controls. To say that this has to be about co-pilots is the understatement of the year. The biggest mistake that you or anyone else concerned would be to assume that one person can run all of this or even should run all of this. Nothing could be further from the truth, and you'll see that this week with a decision coming by February, a kind of deal or agreement. Sagittarius. All you really have to do is embrace the revolution. Now, that revolution is about your workload and your well-being. Freedom comes first, and although you have been achieving freedom in stages since 2018, with your health, your mental health, your job, your unpaid work, or your study, there is always room for another mini Independence Day, and it's coming for reasons that will be evident to you this week. It may be because of your food, for example, your doctor, your boss, or your business. But Independence Day is not too far away once you make a few decisions. The other change this week is the new moon in Capricorn, which tells you that with money or property, next year will no longer involve major issues about power. You have had years of this with people or organisations, anyone from the bank to a member of your household. And every time that you have come to the numbers, you have also had to look at how much willpower you have because of the politics with the other person, the group, or the organisation. What is different now is that you're going into a year without Pluto in Capricorn. Therefore, you can congratulate yourself on having signed off from things in November and earlier in December, and look forward to a very different sort of year with your bank. Capricorn. Let the financial, business, property or charity story unfold in its own time, as in around a fortnight, the last powerful facts or figures will be final. You are going through the transit of Pluto in Aquarius in your second house of money, houses, apartments, business, charity and shares. Meanwhile, in your birth chart, if you have anything in Taurus, you could say that the revolution is twice as important. Even if you don't, or you don't know, there is a sign-off deal waiting to happen with yourself, another person or organisation, which you will have made by February. And this week, the numbers will start to show up, but also the issues that go beyond the actual asset or debt. So you have to really look at the control question here. Who has it? Who does not have it? And how is that control going to be shared next year? Finally, a new moon in Capricorn in your zone of image, branding, personal appearance and reputation tells you that everything will be different next year. You have been through the most intense episodes about the way that you look or appear. You have learned a great deal, but what you said goodbye to in November, or who you said goodbye to, is part of the new you relaunching for next year. Aquarius. Mars retrograde in Leo, which a lot of astrologers are talking about, rolls backwards and forwards. So with the other side or your other half, there will be months of reversal and rehearsal. Assuming that anything is final is a mistake, as this is backwards action with or for this person. Meanwhile, big new solutions are here for a close relationship, infants, children, babies, teenagers, or a younger generation. So there's a lot going on, be you single or married. The opportunities are there and nobody could deny that. The solutions are there, but the actual action is all reversal and rehearsal, as I've said, because since November 5, Mars has been going forwards and backwards. In fact, by January 6, there will be a second take. Meanwhile, it will not be until April 19 to June 17 that you finally realise this is now done, whatever it is that you're doing. Meanwhile, you have Jupiter in Gemini in your 5th house, which does rule courtship, the bedroom, babies and children, and a younger generation. So even though you're going backwards and forwards, it's still true that the big answers are here and they're not going anywhere. Where all this is heading in the second half of 2025 seems to be nothing short of a revolution, and it will set you free. Pisces. The communication, information or transportation revolution that has been running for weeks will now wind down before picking up again, leaving you finally in the middle of 2025. Your new priority is that internet or media revolution or a radical change in the way that you get from A to B. It may be artificial intelligence, it may be a change of genre or a switch in the medium that you use. It may even be your hearing, eyesight, or language skills. Uranus, the revolution, is in Taurus, which rules communication for you until July. It also rules short journeys, be it London to Bath, or Melbourne to Ballarat, or Los Angeles to New York. So there are a couple of things going on at the same time here, and this week your mind turns to what you might be doing just a little bit later next year. The other big change for you, and it's very welcome, is in your social life, social media, with your groups and your friends. The politics of the last few years is over. It ended in November, and you can look forward to a very different year ahead when you can be so much more relaxed about power and control issues involving friends or groups of all kinds. You know who I'm talking about, but you can now say, that was then, and this is now. Thanks for listening. Happy New Year. And if you want to know more about the next 12 months, just head to my website, jessicaadams.com.